Kenshin1913 along with
Mom.
And today we're doing another cooking with Kenshin1913. What are we making today?
We're making chili.
We're going to be making chili. A perfect meal on a cold fall or winter eve.
Okay, to start off we're going to have our ingredients. I actually use ground turkey, but you can definitely use ground beef. Of course, turkey is lean, so you can use leaner chopped meat as well. We use red beans, and this happens to be a small can, which is 15 ounces. Tomato paste, which is a 6-ounce can.
Yeah.
I use a chili packet mix, but if you wanted to put your own in, the only thing that this is all made up of is chili powder, onion powder, and garlic powder, and that's basically it.
Yeah, it's just a bunch. It's just like
This is just
a chili seasoning. I mean, you can really put anything you want.
Correct.
Well, not anything.
I also dice up a green or a red pepper. Some people put in diced up tomatoes. I also put extra chili powder in it. It doesn't make it really hot, just makes it a little bit more spicy.
Yeah.
When you're buying chili packet mix, you can get one that, happens to be the original. You can get one that says mild, or you can get one that says hot if you really like hot food. Or you can just add real chili peppers into your mix. And then I use either a white or a yellow cheddar cheese. You can buy it either already shredded, or you can shred it yourself. That's why we have our grater out. And then that would go on top of the hot chili. Yeah.
So
I think we'll start, and a little bit of olive oil to
coat the pan,
saute the meat.
All right, so let's start cooking.
Okay. So first we're going to put a little bit of...
That was loud.
That was loud, huh?
Very loud, Mom. Come on. Now you gotta salt. You salt and pepper the meat before you throw, or when you throw it in.
Not this.
You don't salt and pepper your meat?
No, I'm gonna add just a little bit of olive oil.
Yeah, so you don't salt and pepper the meat at all, huh? You know, I've been learning that you should probably salt and pepper the meat.
So I'm just coating the bottom of the pan.
Okay.
And chili is very versatile, as we just mentioned.
Well, actually, we didn't mention it yet. We will mention it now. I'm sorry, I keep buzzing in. But yeah. It
is very versatile. You can add almost anything that you particularly like.
Wrong burner. Wrong burner. Anyways, yeah, you can kind of add anything you like. If you don't really like peppers, don't throw in peppers. I've seen people make. You're gonna show us how to cut the pepper.
Yeah,
while the meat's.
So as you can see, I already diced a little bit.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna cut it in little pieces.
Yeah, try and make them even, the same size so that they all cook around the same. Anyway, so chili, I've seen people use onions. I've seen people use really hot peppers. I've seen people use all kinds of things. Chili is the kind of thing, you can really make it your own. We're just kind of giving you the building blocks on how to make chili.
Right. You can. There's a whole lot of ways of actually eating it.
Yeah.
You can put it in a bread bowl. Yeah. So you buy the small round rolls, the really hard ones.
Okay, sorry about that interruption. Got a phone call. I hate phone calls. Seriously, when I move out, I'm not having a phone. Cell phone, and that's going to be on silent all the time. Anyway, so we got our ground turkey cooking here. And basically here, you can use beef like my mom said. We used to originally use beef, but we decided that we would rather use turkey because it's like a leaner, it's healthier, and I don't know, I just think it still tastes like with all the other flavors you throw in, it still tastes the same. It's still very good. So one thing you have to remember when you're cooking with turkey is that you want to cook it all the way through because it's a poultry and you can get like salmonella. You don't want that.
So what I was.
So you don't season this at all, huh?
No, because we're going to add all that seasoning mix into it. What you do, as I was mentioning before, you can serve this in a bread bowl. So you would get a small, harder roll. You cut the top off, and you scoop out the middle, and you can put your chili in it when it's all done. You could also make a taco. You know how they make them in a bowl? There's some kind of a form that you put it in the oven, and so it'll form it like a bowl.
Yeah.
And you can use that to put it your chili inside.
Yeah.
Some people put a little bit of sour cream on top of it. So it's just really
like we're
almost
gonna throw
any
cheese
way.
on top.
Right, we're gonna put the cheddar cheese on top.
So what's chili con carne?
Meat and beans.
Oh, okay. Is this what this is gonna be?
What? Yeah.
Well, without the peppers or whatever.
No, this is it's gonna be meat and beans instead of beef meat. It's turkey meat.
So you wanna get you wanna get it on high here.
Now this is about a pound of
ground
turkey. So when I'm doing that, I do the small can of beans and the tomato paste. Now if you were making this for a larger crowd, you may want to double the whole recipe.
Yeah, because this feeds what, like
four or five people with a nice, nice bowl of it.
So basically we're just gonna let this cook, and then what's the next step?
Next step is we're gonna actually add the seasoning mix.
Okay. Well, yeah, you want to make sure to cook this all the way through turkey.
All right, we're this is basically done. I'm going to add the seasoning mix, and the way you can tell, there's absolutely no pink left at all. Turkey meat doesn't brown up as nicely as chopped meat does. Yeah. So if I was doing this with chopped meat, I would just let it get a little brown. Okay, so I'm going to add my seasoning mix.
Now again, this is
and I'm going to show you. It really looks almost like the chili powder, and it just has little bits of the onion
it does,
flakes in it.
I believe it does have onion in it, sort of. Yeah,
it's onion powder.
Yeah, there's onion powder, garlic powder.
Correct, and more chili powder.
Chili powder.
And some salt.
Yeah. So I guess that's why you didn't salt the meat.
Correct.
So you just gotta let this the meat get incorporated with the chili mix here. This kind of reminds me of how I make tacos. I might have to show that one time, but it's so easy. You just brown meat and throw taco mix in it.
Okay.
I don't really do my own tacos, but
next I'm gonna put my beans in.
You can have red beans with the juice. You have to have the juice if you don't want it.
Usually I have it. It makes it thicker, and I'm going to save my can because I'm going to add a little bit more liquid to this, and so I will probably put about a half a can of liquid from this can.
Now let me ask you this: canned beans are already cooked, correct?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, all right.
So that's why the step is very quick.
Because sometimes when I cook with canned beans, they're a little firm, and I think that they're not cooked all the way, but I guess they are.
They are.
Canned beans are a great source of protein and fiber.
They are.
And now you put in tomato paste.
Tomato paste, and you use tomato paste instead of like a can of tomato sauce.
Yeah.
Little cans, because you want this on the thicker side. So you don't want it real watery.
So now is this where like you would have to, after this process, let's say you wanted to throw in chopped tomatoes.
You could put your chopped tomatoes.
Because when you're going to throw in the green?
In just a few minutes. So I'm going to show you what's going to happen. Remember I told you I have to add the water too.
here because the paste basically thickens this up. I mean, granted, you only have a lot of liquid right now, but my mom's gonna add some liquid from the bean can. And again, this is on high heat. I guess you could do it on medium too.
The smell here right now is delicious.
Yeah, it smells pretty good.
Okay. I'm just going to lower this to medium. I'm going to go get some water. I'll be right back. Okay. As you can see, I actually have a whole can of water in here. I mixed it around to get any of the remnants of the beans. I'm pouring just a half in because you have to kind of judge to see how much liquid you are actually going to need with all of this once you incorporate it. So as you can see, it's still pretty thick. It's got a little bit more liquid.
Now, if you want your chili to be on a little more of the watery side, or like thinner side, you can add
just
more
add
water.
a little bit more water.
Yeah.
Because remember, now this is going to cook for about 10-15 minutes to get these peppers soft. So I'm going to add the peppers in.
Now you can add different types of peppers. We're just adding what, these green peppers?
Yeah, this is a green bell pepper. It's just to give it a little bit more texture and a little more different flavor.
Yeah, and some sort of color as well, different color.
Right. Sometimes sometimes I'll use a red pepper with it also. As I mentioned, you can add a real chili pepper to this.
When are you gonna add the chili powder?
In just a minute. So I'm going to add just a tiny bit more of the water, so that when this is going to be cooking now for the next 15-20 minutes.
And that's it, really.
It'll thicken up.
That's pretty easy.
Now, I'm going to add extra chili powder. And remember how I told you it's hard when I'm cooking with you guys because I just eyeball stuff. So what I would say it's probably a good extra tablespoon. So I just kind of know by looking. I use most of the time this pan, so I know exactly how much I want in the pan on top of my chili. So it's about a good tablespoon.
Now, if you don't want all this chili powder, and you don't have to put it in, that's why again, sometimes when we're making recipes, we're like, you should probably follow it very close. And the thing that I think most people should know about cooking, all right? And if you're following a recipe for the first time, follow it to a T, all right? Or as close as you possibly can. And then the second time when you make it, experiment with it a little. But if you liked it the way it came out the first time, just keep going with it.
Right.
But like if you were like, I wonder if I can do something else with it, go right ahead. These are just building blocks.
Right, and this is just as Pete mentioned, a suggestion. When you're cooking, you can take away, add, make more, make less. It's not quite a specific science as with baking.
Yeah.
Baking, you have to follow the recipe and the amounts to the T, because it is kind of a chemical equation. So you have to have all of the ingredients in the right measurement.
Yeah. So what are we gonna do here? Just let this.
Now this is just gonna keep simmering away.
You put on a medium heat now.
About a medium, so that you want to see it continue to bubble up. You can see.
Yeah.
And you're gonna stir it occasionally because you don't want it to stick to the bottom of your pan.
Now you're gonna let this cook for about 15 minutes.
Yeah, 15-20 minutes, and then we'll see the final product.
All right, sweet.
Here we are. This is our finished product.
Yep, look, it's thickened up quite nicely.
See?
It looks yummy. It's all red. So if your favorite color is red, this is a perfect meal for you.
Yeah, it is, I guess. So let me put some in a bowl for you.
We're just gonna start from over here. Why are you getting all fancy? Where's that plate?
That one is
It's red. This one's alright. It'll look nice.
yeah, that's why.
Alright.
We got to get different color when we do.
Now,
All right, so here we go.
Let's plate it. As you can see, my mom's getting a little more fancier. She's got some chips on the side with it.
Yeah, some tortilla chips.
And some chili. So let's give it a try.
And we're gonna put a little bit of the grated cheese on top.
Get a little bit of that cheese. We grated about half a 8-ounce bar of sharp cheddar. And we'll put it on top of our chili. So
and you can see it's melting.
Yeah, let's give it a try.
And as I said, you can put this, if you want to be fancy, you can put it in a bread bowl, or you can make an actual taco bowl and put the chili inside it.
So here's the chili. Huh? Very nice. So you can eat it with a chip, or you can eat it with a spoon. I'm gonna get some of that pepper too.
Be careful, it's hot.
What the hell? That's very good.
Not too spicy, because Pete doesn't like it real spicy. Some people like it like they have steam coming out of their ears.
Yeah, some people like it real hot. I'm not a fan of the hot. I'm pretty much a baby when it comes to it. And think about it, you can do this chili and just make it like a dip.
Yeah.
It'd be delicious.
So, you know, you people who buy chili in the can and just heat it up, here, look how quick you can make it. If you're a vegetarian, you could also just make it with the beans. And the peppers.
This is
and
good.
You could smash up some of the beans so it'll come a little thicker. But it's a great dish on a cool evening.
Yeah, so this has been Pete, or Kenshin1913, along with
Mom.
And this has been another Cooking with Kenshin1913.
Enjoy and happy eating.